Kylie does.
Oh. I guess I'll do it. All right, wait, we're gonna do it together.
We'll do it together. Okay. All right, ready? We nailed it.
We did. It was good.
Top notch.
Very cute. Next, anyone?
Okay, we developed a very cool handshake, but at the same time, I'm not sure that you guys ready for. It's so next level that you won't understand.
Mind blown already.
And okay, Sarah and I'm doing it.
Brain power.
We love it. Okay. Next group, anyone? You guys got like 2 more minutes to share to stay on track. But does anyone else want to share their handshake?
I could go. My group. We just did a simple one. We tried to do like a real life handshake, but virtual. So whoever's in my group, it was like to the side, down, fist bump. There we go.
Very cute, very cute. We love it. Last call to share. Going once, going twice. Beautiful. I hope you remember your handshakes, because it'll be really cool if we see in the next general body meeting and then you guys somehow remember your handshake. You know, keep that in mind. You got now a secret weapon on you. But we will begin now with announcements, the boring stuff. Oh my god. But yeah, let's begin. I shall share my screen. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Please nod, because I don't see everyone. So for those
Not yet.
wait.
Yes,
Here we
it's
go.
gorgeous.
Okay. Ironically, sent me that whole message. We love it. We love to see it. But you guys see it now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my god. Zoomed it again. Okay, so announcements. Let's go over some. We have a lot of upcoming events, so if you want to take a picture, you can. We will also be having this presentation on our Night Connect on our website, and it will be uploaded to the Active Mind Spirit Week collaboration website as well, since this was a meeting during the Active Mind Spirit Week. As you can see, first off, we have Spirit Week still going on, so if there's time, I definitely encourage you to at least hop into trivia night if we finish here early, or if you want, join us for the last sessions of tomorrow. And all that can be found on that website, ucfactiveminds.wixsite.com/amsw-collaboration. Following that, we have a collaboration with Ideas at UCF, Holistic Healing. They're an environmental activism club on campus. On February 4th, from 6 p.m. through 7 p.m., we will be doing a Zoom call where we will not only talk about the environment around us, but the environment we create for ourselves. So we will be exploring breathing techniques and even creating our own breathing techniques for whenever we're stressed. Then finally, on February 6th, from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Baldwin Park, we will be part of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Out of the Darkness Walk. We will be streaming virtually on Instagram Live. Some of us can also attend in person if you feel comfortable to. It will be a socially distanced event, and you'll have the chance to volunteer in person if you want. If you want to volunteer in person, please look out for your emails, and please keep in mind that we send our emails through Night Connect. So if you're not on Night Connect, you should probably get on to Night Connect and make sure you're joining our organization. But we will send more information about how to volunteer on the day of the event if you're looking for that. And you can click the link here. Again, this will all be available on different platforms for you guys to actually use these links. But yeah, so those are some events that are coming up in this upcoming week. Any questions before I move on? Beautiful. Let's keep going. We have a lot of social media marketing opportunities since, of course, we got to make the most of being virtual. So for those who weren't aware of what we were doing last semester, we started #LemonSmile campaign. So this is where we're trying to change the conversation from sour to sweet. And we started off with smiles. So yes. Is it lagging for anyone else? Damn.
Me too. I can only see that QR code.
Okay.
I was a slightly bit confused because I'm like, nothing's moving, so I didn't know
Let me try
if
this
I
one
was
more
down
time.
something.
Do you guys see?
Not
Yes.
yet. Oop! I turned my light off.
Okay, we're gonna do this a little bit differently. I'm going to upload the PowerPoint for y'all into the chat, but I will continue talking and you guys will have access to this PowerPoint. So next we have a lot of social media and marketing opportunities. The first is #LemonSmile campaign. And so we'll be, for the month of February, we'll be collecting pictures of our members smiling. So if you just want to send us a smile, we highly encourage you do. This will be put into a collage with people from all over UCF and even across the nation into one large smiling collage. If you also want, when you send that picture to us, you can share a reason for why you smile. What do you smile for? And just overall share us like what makes you happy. And finally, you can also take a video of yourself biting into a lemon. Yes, we'll also be taking that. So there are 3 different things you can share. You can share it either through our Instagram DM, through the group me, or through our email, one of the following. And all that information, our modes of contact, are at the very end. I'm attaching in the chat right now the file for the PDF so you guys can follow along. So please give me 1 second to do that for you. Okay, so I sent that in the chat if you want to follow along through there. Next is the AFSP Out of the Darkness Walk video. So because the event is coming up next week, if you want to help us film an advertisement for them, the theme is getting up and getting active. We will be giving you a script, and what you would do is just film yourself. And the 3 main things you'd be saying in this video is, let's get up and get active. 1 fact about suicide prevention, and then a closing line. Again, we'll provide the script, but the main thing is just we want to try to compile as many videos as possible to promote the Out of the Darkness Walk. And finally, as I will explain later, we have actually a fundraising week, which is next week for Out of the Darkness. So on our Instagram, we will be posting an Out of the Darkness bingo board, which we encourage you guys to also use on your social media to get people to donate. And how this ties into social media marketing is that this is a mindfulness bingo board. So for example, it'll be like $1 will be tied to like taking a nap, eating food, sleeping well. And if you want to help us participate in this marketing campaign, you just also take a picture of yourself doing a mindfulness activity as someone donates that amount of money. So I would show you an example, but I cannot because Zoom does not like me. But I will send more information about that later.
Is this the correct slide?
Yes. So you can actually move down to the next. So finally, more about Out of the Darkness. A lot of it's Out of the Darkness is our fundraiser itself. So how you can help us is that you can simply join our team and help us just fundraise for 1 week. The link over there should lead you to that website page where you can join our team page and help us reach our goal of 250. I started fundraising in advance, so we're currently at $165. We are almost there, people. I would love for us to be $250. This would also make us a sponsor of the walk and have our names on the t-shirt that they give at the end. How you can do this is you can set a goal for yourself to reach. You can create specialized initiatives or incentives. So for me, for example, every time someone donates, I do a certain amount of Taekwondo kicks, which backfired because now I have to do 1,200 kicks the day of the walk. But it worked. So it's possible to raise enough money within a week. And of course, utilize that Active Minds bingo board, which will be sent through email. Next slide. Please. Then next, we'll be talking about this again in our next general body meeting, but you'll also start seeing a lot of announcements for this. We have a National Active Minds Conference coming up. You don't have to be a due paying member to attend this. Anyone can attend. However, there is a registration fee of $35 due to the speakers that will be attending. If you were a fan of Justin Bieber, he will be at this conference. They haven't released all the speakers, all the scheduled events yet, but it will be through Zoom. It will be all online, and I highly recommend you guys can go check it out because I would love to see UCF members attending this conference. Additionally, because we've been nominated for Chapter of the Year, so hopefully we win. Hopefully we don't. We'll see. But there is also a lot of other awards, and ultimately, it's about celebrating how all the chapters work together to fight mental health stigmatization. So this will be February 16th through 18th. That is in the middle of the week, and that link will take you directly to see more information about the conference.
On the conference, they just updated an extra 2 guest speaker. We have Eliza Milano, being actor, producer, entrepreneur, activist, New York Times bestseller. If you maybe listen to a podcast, she is the host of Sorry Not Sorry. And the second guest speaker is Kechi Okoro, and she's executive producer of All American on Netflix. So there's a lot more name going on a conference if you want to attend.
Yes, thank you. Next, please. Upcoming projects and campaigns. So we'll be having a new set of projects for this semester, all of which are going to be rapid, but also really impactful in our community. The first is a research project. So rather than it being more passive like the USF research project that we worked on, this one will actually be taking a proactive role as it's going to be led by us. We will be the first authors. So if you're interested,
Can I interrupt for a question?
yes.
Is it like we have to like interview people or what is it? Can you give a brief?
Yes, I was about to go into it.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So it's analyzing mental health accessibility in Orlando. We will be going into hard literature and actually analyzing the geographic region of Orlando and all the mental health resources available. It involves learning computing skills, coding skills. So if you're interested, you don't have to have any experience in coding. That's what I'm here because I'm a computer science major. I'm here to help. And of course, there's also other things that will go into this. This is applicable if you're an economics major, if you're public policy major, this also applies to you. This is a very interdisciplinary project and there are different facets no matter what major you're part of. You will be learning a lot of hard skills on the computational side. We'll also be learning how to translate all the data that we get into stuff for policy. Because the goal for this is that we can use this to show why CAPS at UCF needs to have increased funding for more therapy. So that's the ultimate.
Okay. Yeah, I'm mad interested in this. Is there a sign up sheet for this or something? I should.
So to sign up for this project, we will be sending out an email. Of course, go through Night Connect. Always sign up for Night Connect. You will receive all of our emails if you sign up through Night Connect, and you'll be able to sign up there. But we will start this official project in February. So this is just to let you guys know that this is upcoming, but signups won't be available until like next 2 weeks.
What is the duration of the project approximately?
This one is going to be at our own pace because this is the first time that as a chapter we'll be working on research. We'll also be trying to gather mentors, but expect for it to at least take this whole semester because it is it's going to be challenging at first, especially if you don't have the experience in, for example, using Python modules for geospatial calculations.
Nope, I have no idea what that is. I barely use Excel.
Well, congratulations, you're gonna get a chance to be exposed to this. But yeah, so there's a lot of different things to this. Expect for it to take a semester, and even if you don't want to be hardcore into this project and you just want to learn hard skills, I highly encourage you to participate. You'll get to learn a lot more and make yourself just a better student. The next thing is Your Voice is Your Power plus Transform Your Campus Initiative. These are two things that are normally done by National Active Minds and is kept separately, but we will be working on it to create a new proposal for DEI initiatives in regards to mental health for and on campus.
What
And
is DEI? I don't know. I'm sorry.
you're good. Diversity, equity, and inclusivity.
Okay.
We'll be working to analyze what can we do to create resource guides for students on campus in regards to DEI, and additionally try to propose new solutions for teachers, such as how do we include more mental health resources on syllabi. So this will actually be in the form of a committee. Highly recommend that you join this. Again, all these projects won't be officially open until 2 weeks later in February, but being able to be part of this means that we'll be forwarding this to President Cartwright because we are currently represented on the President's Student Advisory Council, which focuses on DEI. So this is a really good chance for you, if you have any problems with the school, at least in regards to mental health, you can bring it directly to the president. So if you want to be a part of this, sign up. Something that's going to be more recent though is the Active Minds Conference Programming Expo. We have submitted 3 of our projects from last semester to be featured, and luckily and surprisingly, all 3 got chosen. So if you want to help us provide an exhibit, it's going to be in the form of recording ourselves through Flipgrid. If you want to help us explain, and we'll send more information about this, just let us know. You just have to be comfortable presenting. That's the only thing you need here. Being comfortable presenting. Finally, just to keep an eye out for more opportunities to come, especially in the months of February and March, because we have some new partnerships with the Trinity Preparatory High School. So we'll be starting to do high school workshops and presentations. We have partnered more in depth with AFSP beyond the Out of the Darkness Walk. So we will be trying to organize a town hall with the city of Orlando for mental health resources. SALT Outreach will be working on a social worker program that they do for the hunger and homelessness.
Is it a social worker program?
Yes. So we'll be helping to provide the mental health aspect to their social worker program and helping connect homeless, those who are experiencing home insecurity and just general homelessness to resources. The Isha Foundation, which focuses on yoga. So we'll be focusing on actually providing a yoga for mental health project on campus. We'll be partnering with esports. So if you're into gaming, get ready. We're going to probably do a League of Legends fundraising tournament, maybe a Counter-Strike fundraising tournament, but we have an official partnership with esports. And finally, we will also be partnering with Greek Life. We are talking with the Greek Council as of right now to have a workshop on mental health and possibly do a different fundraiser through stepping. So yeah, a lot of new partnerships, a lot of new things to get involved. Everything will be open to sign up for in 2 weeks. So I hope you're excited as me because I'm super excited because it took a long time to organize all of this. But that's a lot for you guys. We're almost done with announcements.
Okay, just one question. What is Flipgrid? I'm sorry, I haven't.
It's a special platform. I haven't used it yet. It's like enables us to use PowerPoint. It's like, how should I best explain? It's like combining Zoom with a scrapbook. That's the best way to
Okay.
combine Zoom and a scrapbook so that people can like flip through other presentations and see what else is available.
Okay, thanks.
Yes. Next, please. We're almost done. Okay. Dues and information for due paying members. So because we were in the spring semester, if you want to be a due paying member, and again, never required, it's just if you want t-shirts and merch, it will be $12 for this semester. T-shirt orders will be processed next week. So for those who ordered in the fall, the goal is that all your t-shirts will come in before the conference. If you pay for spring semester, if you want to get your t-shirt before the conference, then you'll need to pay next week. Otherwise, you'll have to expect getting it no later than the end of February. For those who already paid dues, we will be reaching out separately through email to get all the information needed from you. So that way it can be shipped accordingly. And for payment, you can talk to me after the end of this meeting. Elections. Wow, it's so early in the semester, but we're already talking about elections for officers. We will begin having the forms open after the conference in mid-February, and we're going to have elections at the beginning of March. Of course, depending on the number of participating members, as in those who actually are running and those who decide to stay in this club, officers reserve the right to appoint the executive positions at the very least, because if we can't have enough members to vote, then that's not going to be useful. So please keep that in mind. The official transition will occur at the end of April, so you're given a month to work with us and work on what's remaining. But applications open mid-February, and then we'll be interviewing all the way till March. So keep that in mind. And so we reached the discussion portion. Before we actually do discussion, if you guys have any final questions, let me know. This is also a time where if you are busy, if you need to go, it's completely fine. Just want to get through the announcement so you can leave at any point now. But if you have any last minute questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat before we begin this short discussion on New Year's resolutions. Or speak up, either or. We're going once, going twice. Sold. Okay, so that said, feel free to stick around, but let's have an open discussion. New Year's resolutions. How many of you normally make New Year's resolutions? Let's just start there. I'm gonna assume people are either typing in the chat or just gonna raise their hand.
You want me to unshare?
Yeah. Yes. Would anyone like to, if you guys have made resolutions before, what have been some typical resolutions? It doesn't even be resolutions you've made. What are resolutions that you've heard other people make before? Common ones, any? Losing weight.
Well, what's the difference between intentions and resolutions, Brianna?
So like when you're making like an intention for something, it's more of like an intending to do it. Like if you say I intend to go do my homework later, it's just the way it processes in the brain is more like, oh, I want, like a resolution is like I want to go to the gym more, or I want to lose weight. And so it's not really putting in your brain like, oh, I want to, but you never put that initiative to kind of be like, I'm going to do this thing, if that makes sense.
It's not hitting. I'm sorry, Sam, it's not hitting.
You all good, you all good.
I also last year I was doing Chloe Ting, and that is clickbait, sisters and brothers, and everyone else in between. Okay, because she has like these results videos of girls who get abs. Mostly women are doing her videos, mostly female women. There are occasionally some guys who do it, but yeah, it's like they like not just get a flat stomach, but like visually have muscle definition, and that muscle definition did not occur for me. And she doesn't like promote any specific form of dieting, like keto or raw vegan. Like, no, she's not like you have to absolutely eat one particular way. So it's not like everyone who was doing her videos was eating the exact same way, and I wasn't doing that. So I was exercising for a while, and then I didn't get the results, and I was upset, like, and I just fell off. So now I'm trying to get back with like at least yoga. I don't know if do you guys remember Swaran? No, that was like in 2018 when, pre-COVID, and the gym was open. And it hosted yoga classes at school, and Swaran hosted yoga. She's amazing, but she no longer teaches anymore. So I'm trying to get back to that. Grad school is a concern for me now. I graduate in the fall, so applying and getting experiences and stuff. So that's on my mind as far as like goals.
That's very valid. Does anyone else have not necessarily resolutions or even intentions, but just goals for themselves? I know personally for me, my goal is to make it through the semester this year without any medical underlying issues. Last semester was a thrill. Of course, I can't always expect these obstacles to occur, but I would like to at least get through the semester. But does anyone else have any goals for themselves this semester, future semesters?
My goal for the semester is to do more.
To do more?
Yeah.
Word off.
Interesting. To
Well-
not get in a
What do you mean? What else?
like do more, like how much more? What type of more?
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay.
I
Yeah,
can-
I did not hear. I did not understand what you said. I guess to stack up my resume. Yeah, to do more on that.
Did you break your arm last semester? Not get in a car. So if you're not reading the chat, to not get in a car crash and break my arm last semester. Are you okay? See the person.
Totally specific.
Yes. Lol, yes. Okay. I mean, it's also a very good goal to have. What about relaxing? Tell us more about that. Goals. Your goal is to relax.
I'm a person that takes life way too seriously. So I think right now I need to just like chill. Like not like, drop out and go live in the mountains, but like to not focus so much on like academic and career goals and focus more on like what I want to do for myself as a person.
Yeah, I feel that because like I've worked so hard academically in the past 2 years to be able to transfer and get accepted to here, so that I'm like I did all of this work and like I'm ready to be like, okay, let me relax and like enjoy the fact that I'm here now and all my hard work that I did eventually paid off. So that's why when you're like, yeah, so I get that. That definitely is nice and
Where
something.
did you transfer from, Brianna?
I came from St. Leo University, which is like a private Catholic school up in Dade City.
I actually kind of looked at their MSW program, but it's like $200 more expensive than ours.
If you want to go there, you go there for like criminal justice or criminology. Otherwise, nothing else is real. Like their programs aren't the best over there, especially their psych program. It wasn't good at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking about the clinical social worker,
Mm-hmm.
which is relative.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad y'all are here because then otherwise you wouldn't be here in this meeting. So.
No, because this is actually a slight funny story. I had done psych club at St. Leo, but our president decided that she hated everything about it, like just left and like never went back to the club ever again. So the club kind of died. And so when I was like, look, a place that the people probably won't drop off the face of the earth and have the club just die.
I promise you I won't do that.
Yeah, yeah. I can hold her accountable. I know her personally. I can hold her accountable.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, India, I think your makeup looks great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's an older picture. My friend did my makeup. This is a random question, but in comparison to acquaintances and friends, which do you have more of?
This is like a generalized question for everybody.
Anybody can answer, but I was just thinking, I'm like, how many friends do I have versus how many acquaintances do I have? I just want to know what's normal.
Our
I think-
acquaintances.
You
Yeah,
have
I
more
think I
acquaintances?
Yeah, definitely acquaintances.
Okay,
Okay.
I
so
think friends are people like in your close. I associate friends with people who are like in your close circles, and acquaintances are just people that you know casually. So I would definitely say more acquaintances than friends.
And especially in the situation I'm in now where like I don't know I don't know anybody here.
Mhm.
So like I'm just now trying to make the friends to consider them friends. But at the moment I definitely have more acquaintances than like real friends to be like, hey buddy, how's it going?
Well, I like Asian dramas and feminist literature, so if you're into that, you can be my friend.
Girl.
I'm currently reading Reviving Ophelia, the new edition, for a class, but like for extra reading, me and my friend are going to read The Second Shift by
Mhm.
Arlie Russell Hochschild, which is about how women spend more time on housework and childcare than men do.
Oh my God. That
I
is
did a whole discussion on that for my class last year, man.
And we're watching Rui's Royal Love in the Palace. We're pretty far in that one. But actually, I'm in a class with Jason Chestnut. Any of you guys have him?
No.
No, but he has like a women's mental health class, and I'm in this module right now.
I wanted to go in that class so bad.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I wanted
that's
to go to class so bad.
Jason Chestnut teaches it. And right now, there's this module, and on this notes that he posted in web courses, it says there's no difference in men in between altruism, nurturance, and empathy. But then I did a little digging, and according to the American Psychological Association, as of 2013, female psychologists outnumbered male psychologists 2-1.
Yep.
And then I looked at some Pew research stating that women spend more time than men with childcare and housework. So I was like, if there's no difference in altruism and nurturing, why are both of these things true? And in the same page that the teacher posted, he put that women spend more time helping their friends. So is that not evidence that women are more altruistic than men?
Yeah.
Like, hard-hitting questions.
Okay.
I also think that this has to do with the fact that, like, even though no matter how much we progress as a society, for some reason, there's always a feeling that parenting is something for women only.
Mhm.
And that men just kind of like impregnate a woman and then they're just there physically, but they don't have to like engage with a child and like nurture it and bond with it.
Does anyone here have kids?
No.
No.
Okay. What if?
What you said was like exactly true. And I have a daughter, and when I was pregnant, I think for men, it's not real. For us, our bodies go through it, so it's real from the beginning. For men, it's not real until we have that child and they can physically interact with that child.
Yeah, 'cause
But it's definitely where men don't spend as much time nurturing and doing all that stuff that women do.
But I think there's been multiple studies, I don't know which class it was from, but where they showed that men that engage with their children more, it literally like changes their child's life. Like,
yeah,
because I don't know what it is. Like,
for sure, it does, because
There's
you don't have like
class that they have here where it's called if you look it up on courses, it's called the Psychology of Women, but it's actually the Psychology of Sex and Gender. And like, I'm taking that class, even though I took a class nearly identical in St. Leo, and that's also what we have our discussion posts about, are a lot of like the differences between men and women in regards to like stereotypes and things like that. It's a great class.
I think that's actually on the list of classes I do want to take.
It's really great. I would recommend
I
it.
heard about that class, and then I tried to ask somebody from the psych advising office what was the difference, and she couldn't really give me any distinction. I'm like, what's the point of having both women's mental health and what you just mentioned?
Because the Psych of Women is more of like, because it's not really, they're trying to change the name because it's supposed to be the Psych of Sex and Gender. So that's basically, it focuses more on the differences between men and women and like the stereotypes and like just how society views both of the sexes and like what is sex versus what is gender, and describing the differences between those and like the scientific differences between those. Whereas I think women's mental health kind of focuses more on the mental health and the actual psychology of women, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You can ask Chestnut because he teaches Psych of Women.
Oh, so he teaches both of them.
I didn't have Chestnut for that class. I forgot who I had, but that class, like, I took it because I'm like, this is so interesting, and it wound up just making me like inadvertently angry because they talked about like the sexism that women experience on like a whole nother level, and I realized that like most interactions I've had with like literally anyone has like deep-rooted like sexist connotations, and I had to
I feel like you can get a whole soapbox, like.
Yeah. That's literally it.
Oh, but I had a man in one of my classes like that, where he definitely was on the other spectrum of maybe not the most liberal person in the world. So I've had those people where I'm like, why did this class even consider to go into in your brain? But you should definitely be surprised the like classmates you get in there.
Mhm. Sometimes I think people join because they just want to fight people.
Yeah. Yes.
They're like, this looks like a very liberal area. Let me just join.
Let's go harass women. Like,
That's pretty much men being in women's business, you know.
for real. Yeah, but on that father point, like, if you are like a woman and attracted to men, if you have an absent father, you will tolerate a lot of crap that women who have involved fathers will not.
Yeah.
Or if you can have a father who's like involved, but he's just like focused on school, and that's what I had. Like, he was like focused on school. He gave me no practical advice, and my mother didn't like either give me practical advice. She's like, don't get pregnant, and like that was it, but not like asserting boundaries type of advice. So I wish I had that.
No, but yeah, that's definitely, some people will take that as a very Freudian like perspective if you get those kind of psych majors, but for normal, it's like when you have the lack of the opposite sex parent in your life, it tends to show up in a lot of your relationships for some reason, just based on like whatever that parent didn't give you is what you look for in other people. And when you have that in the other person, you like latch onto that so hard to the point where like the other person is like that's where the whole mommy issues or daddy issues kind of persona comes from.
I love when they blame people for having mommy and daddy issues and don't blame the parents that gave it to them.
Yeah. It's a lovely
like there's literally like with like Reddit can be a great place and a horrible place but there are certain threads that are ran by horribly misogynistic males who talk about how to take advantage of women like who have daddy issues and like BPD and like depression and stuff. Like, it's nasty.
I hope they end up on the FBI watch list.
You said you want to be on the FBI watch
list? No, I said I hope they end up on the FBI watch list.
I was like, that's a mighty goal. I mean, when is that ever going to happen? The insult thing got like taken down eventually, but I think that was because that guy who started it or somebody actually threatened to harm like another male versus the stuff they were actually saying about females.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like red pill and there's like men going their own way, and then there some other ones that I haven't
They can
seen.
go their own way. They can go far away. Far away.
Man,
okay.
Okay.
We need good men.
Yeah.
They need to stand up.
Yeah, like
everyone else can go stand in the corner and think about what they've done.
I love this like three-way conversation we have going on right now.
I always love the Twitter whole man disposal services.
You know what though? There are really good men out there. There really are, and I think there's a bunch of them in this group because they're taking the time to try and help people. So that shows right there, and they're listening, and they're not trying to push us down for having our views. And I've was married to one of the other men that we will not speak of, but my partner now is absolutely incredible. And I think it just takes a lot to find those people that are willing to help you with your goals and that they treat you as the equal that you're supposed to be, and know that there are some things that you do hell of a lot better than they do, and be okay with that and push you with those.
I'm dating one of those currently.
See?
Yes.
See, how is anyone into astrology? Because I'm dealing with some Geminis and they are flaky.
I got a Virgo symbol on my arm if that says anything.
I am a Capricorn. In the Chinese zodiac, I am a fire ox. I'm born year 97.
I am a rabbit in the Chinese zodiac. I was 99.
Do you know your
no
element?
idea what I
Because
would
there's
be.
an element component that I found out about recently.
I am in Earth.
Earth. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah,
Anyone
Gemini,
celebrating the Chinese or the Lunar New Year?
I have not.
Did on Animal Crossing.
It counts.
If it counts. I just want some good noodles.
Okay. So, giving you really diverged off of New Year's resolutions.
I really took
Oh.
it to a tangent, didn't I? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, we encourage like the space, like while you're in the space. We start off with a question, but it's to have open discussions. Wherever you guys take the conversation, we go. But just because, for the sake of time, I also want to leave chances for people to talk, ask questions, just in case. Our next GBM is going to be February 11th. We always do it every other week at 7 p.m. Yes. And so you'll also be receiving announcements throughout. Please keep an eye out on our Instagram and email just in case for any extra things you want to sign up for, be involved in. We highly recommend it. Other than that, though, if you would like to talk or chat with me or one of the officers about specific things such as dues or questions, just let us know. I'll keep the Zoom open for another 10 minutes. I'll be dropping in this chat our email Interactive Minds platform on Instagram if you haven't been already following. Other than that, though, I'm very happy to like hear the enthusiasm, hear the vigor in these topics, and I hope you continue bringing that passion into the rest of our discussions and events. As I would love to have more of these types of discussions, and of course plan for them so I can allot more time for that. So that said, this is the end of our meeting. I will be glad to answer any questions you have. I also hope you have a really good evening.
Yeah, I want to ask you a couple things, Gila.
Yes.